Hi everyone, welcome to Art Club. I'm Miss Liz, and today we're going to be creating art out of words. So let me just show you a couple of pictures real fast of things that you might be able to create today, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. So this is a picture of a rainbow, and this one is a picture of a whale swimming in the ocean. You can see the waves and the sun and the clouds. So if you registered for this program, you will have already picked up your kit from the New Lenox Public Library. In your kit, you're going to find some white paper and some colored pencils. You're also going to find 3 sheets of paper that have templates for you to practice using word art. So the first template will be the one of the whale in the ocean, and the second template will be the rainbow. And the third template, which is what we're actually going to be creating today with this video, is a stormy scene. So I originally thought I would like to make that. It was a rainy, stormy day, and it just inspired me to create that template. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's quickly talk about these samples real fast. So you can tell by looking at this rainbow, for the top part where it's red, I just wrote the word red over and over again. R-E-D, R-E-D, R-E-D. And I did nice big letters. So you can do that in any of the word art that you create. The next line, which is orange, I just wrote O-R-A-N-G-E. So I split the word up and I wrote it going up and down instead of across. So that's a different technique that you can use. Now when I got to this yellow part here, I just wrote in cursive, yellow, 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 all the way around. And then I got to another line, yellow, 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 yellow. So I've got 3 different lines of the word yellow to fill in here. Then green comes next, and I just wrote green in 2 different color green colored pencils, just so you have an idea that you don't have to stick with what you think would be a normal color. You can mix things up a little bit. So I'm not sure if you can really tell on the screen, but this is 2 different color greens. And then here in the blue area, I branched out a little bit and I wrote the word blue in a couple different spots going down. And then in between, I wrote sky, rain, and blue again. So it'll be blue, and then sky, rain, rain, part of the rain, blue. Here's blue again, sky, rain, blue. So I just switched that up. And then down here where it's purple, I wrote violet on the first line. Then I wrote purple in smaller letters on the second line. The third line, I thought, I'm going to write my name because purple is my favorite color. So I wrote, and I pressed a little bit harder so it came out darker. I wrote Liz, 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 Liz all the way around. And then at the bottom, I wrote violet, 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 violet. So those are just some ideas so for when you're working on your project. And then next up we have this whale. Let me move this a little bit so you can see all of it. There we go. So I started with the sun up here, and I just have on the template, the curve of the sun and some lines coming out for the rays. And on the top of the lines, I wrote sun in orange. And then underneath the line, I wrote yellow. So that just alternates sun, yellow, sun, yellow. You're welcome to do whatever you like when you're practicing that. You can throw some red in there. And then in here, in this part, I just wrote bright, bright, bright. And I alternated yellow, orange, yellow, orange. And when I write these words, they're all next to each other. You can decide if you want to leave a little space or if you want to just keep going and write immediately right next to each other. And then we have here is a nice big cloud. On your template, you've got these wave lines drawn in there. So trying to make it look like it's a real ocean. I I started at the top and worked my way down, and then I noticed that it was a little hard to see like where the waves were going because the lines were blending in. So as I went farther down, I added some darker black in here on the lines, and I think that created a better look for the ocean. Down here at the bottom is where the sand would be the beach. So I took brown and I just wrote sand, sand, sand in cursive all the way across. And then under that I wrote ground in large capital letters all the way across. Sand in cursive again, and then ground again is the same. Now when I did the whale, you can see I started writing. You can start anywhere on the whale. I just started and I just kind of went along with the curve of his body and just followed my words like that. I jumped over his fin here and kept going like this. Then I started with the next color and went along. Jumped over the fin and kept going around. So on here I used words like whale, whale, big. I did cute because I thought this was such a cute whale. But you can use whatever words you like. I did his fin in a little bit different. I used a blue color, hoping that that would stand out a little bit more. All right, so let's get started. And like I said earlier, we're going to work on this template together. And I would work on this with me and then practice on the other ones, and then you can take your plain old white sheet of paper and you can go crazy by creating whatever type of word art you like, and whatever inspires you, those are the words that you can use. So I'm going to start first with this umbrella, and I'm going to start using the green. So I'm just going to start putting the word umbrella right along here. I'm going to use small letters. So I am going to turn so it's easier to write around the curve. Now I've got the word umbrella written quite a few times along here, and I've got this little bit of space that the whole word is not going to fit in. So I'm just going to start the word and end when I get here. So I'm just going to put UM. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to follow this curved line here. And then again, I have space left over, so I'm just going to do UM. So let's turn this around. All right, it's starting to take shape. So I think what I'm going to do next is use this other shade of green. And I'm going to just go ahead and start in the same place and go around. But this time I think I'm going to use all capital letters. Right, that one ended pretty good right there, and I'll just go along here. All right, so now you all know umbrellas can be any color that you like. So I'm going to add some purple in there. And you are welcome to do exactly what I'm doing, or you can try something different. Remember when we looked at the rainbow one earlier, there's different sizes and different ways that you can do it. So I think I'm going to write umbrella here and then do each side a little bit differently. U-M-B-R-E-L-L. So I ran out of space to do the A. That's okay. I'm going to do it over here and over here as well. U-M-B-R. There we go. Next, I'm going to take some yellow, and I'm going to write in the word dry, because an umbrella keeps you dry. So I'm just going to go this way. I'm using capital letters on this one as well. Now here I ended D-R-Y-D. So I'm just going to jump over here and I'm going to start R-Y and keep going. Right. Flip it over. Still writing the word dry. An extra D here because there was lots of space. D-R-Y, D-R. All right, so that's starting to look pretty good. What color should we use next? How about a little bit of this light blue? And let's try putting in the word rain. I'm going to use lowercase letters. And there's, once again, there's extra space over here, so I'm just going to put R-A-I-N and then R-A-I-N. I'm not going to flip it over anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another row of rain. R-A-I-N. Let's do one more. And get that all filled in. Right. So now we have left is our handle, and I'm going to use black for that. And I'm just going to turn it sideways so it's easier to write, and I'm going to write in cursive the word handle. And I'm going to start over here. If you can't write in cursive, you go ahead and do printing. You can do very large letters, or you can do several rows of small letters. So here I can't finish out the whole word, so I just have H-A. All right, so that looks like a handle, but I think I would like it filled in a little bit more. So I'm gonna take a blue, darker blue, and I'm gonna, I think I'm just gonna write the word hand in there, because you're going to hold it with your hand. So I'm just squeezing it in there. And you'll notice as you start filling in the template, the outline, it does start to look like you're coloring it in, but it's really words. Here we go. Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and start working on one of these clouds. So when I think of clouds, I think of gray or gloomy or stormy. What do you think of? Let's go ahead and start that. I'm going to go with purple, and I'm going to start writing gray all the way across. You know what? I'm going to start in the middle. There's no rules when you're working on word art. You can start in whatever spot you want. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to start with the word gray. I'm going to use all capital letters. All right, and again, I ran out of space at the end, so I just put G-R-A. And next, I'm going to write the word storm in there. And I'm going to use blue. Now sometimes when I'm writing, I forget what I'm doing and I switch from lowercase to uppercase to capitalized. Just keep going. It's okay. Don't worry about erasing it, because when you're actually looking at the finished product, no one's going to notice that you did one letter or two letters different. All right, now let's see. Let's do the word gloomy. I'm going to do cursive on or I'm going to do really tiny here. So do as small as you can. G-L-O-O-M-Y. And I think I'm going to add some blue down here underneath the purple. And I'm going to use the word gloomy again. Now let's go ahead and start back with another blue. And what's another word we can write in there? What do you think? How about we go with the word cloud? I'm doing lowercase. kind of small. C-L-O-U-D. Back to the purple. I'm going to write the word gray again, just like this one, but I'm going to do smaller. I think I like the way that the small letters look in there. Let's try writing storm again. I'm going to write this one a little bit bigger so you can have practice doing that. S-T-O-R-M. There's a little bit of space there, so how about we do stormy? And one more stormy up top. All right, see, that looks like a cloud. Very nice. All right, now let's work on a lightning bolt. All right, so I'm gonna turn it just so it's a little bit easier for me to write in here. And I'm gonna start here and just write bolt. And I'm gonna write the word bolt in the entire thing. Right. Now I'm going to take an orange and I'm going to do this lightning bolt here. And let's just write the word storm. Is your pencil starting to get a little bit dull? You might want to take a moment to sharpen them. All right, what else do we think of when we see a lightning bolt? Sometimes I think that it's bright. So let's use red, and let's turn it a little bit so it's easier to write, and let's write the word bright, B-R-I-G-H-T. And I have a little extra space here, so I'm just going to put another B. All right, do you like the way that looks? If you think you want to be able to see it a little bit more, I don't know what I want to call it, but I'm going to try putting a word on the outside of this lightning bolt, and we can compare how different it looks without it. So let's see, let's just do rain in really tiny black. Rain. All right, so take a look at this, and you can see now this lightning bolt looks like it's more outlined than the other ones. They all look great, but you can decide which one you prefer. All right, let's work on a raindrop and see how we can get that to look. So the first one I'm going to do is this one here, and I'm going to write the word rain in there. I'm going to start in the middle. Just try to write rain as many times as I can. All right, that does look like a raindrop. Do we want to see what it looks like outlined? Like this lightning bolt? Let's do another one over here and then outline that one. I'll use a different color blue. This time I'm going to use the word drop. All right, so let's give it a try outlining it. Let's use the word wet. Let's see, let's start here at the top and just go right on that line. It's a good guide. Oh, I thought I grabbed black, but I didn't. So when you're doing these outlines, it's nice to have a nice point down there so it looks good. That looks pretty good. I like that. So why don't you go ahead and start coloring in the rest of your clouds, and think about, what do storms make you feel like? Some people like storms, they make them happy. Sometimes it's windy, that's a good word to put in there. You can use scary, loud, big. Just think about what it makes you feel like and put that into your art. So I'm writing the word scary. You can do that, or you can write whatever word you like. Now I'm going to do loud. I'm going going to try adding a little green in there and see what that looks like. And I'm going to use the word big. And next, I'm going to use the word windy. I'm going to go ahead and use this green again. W-I-N-D-Y. And I think I'm going to use the word scary again, but I'm going to write it a little bit bigger up here. I'm going to put gray up here. G-R-A-Y. Gray down here. And I'm going to write cloud. Look at that. It's coming along very nicely. How's yours looking? Keep on working. I'm going to try to do this little cloud in all black, because this is kind of a softer black. It's not like too dark, and it might look like an actual gray cloud. Let's just maybe write the word black in there. See how that looks. I'm going to do the whole thing the same. Lowercase letters, and just write black, black, black. Yeah, that does look pretty good. All right, next up, we've got this half cloud on the edge of our paper here. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Maybe I'm going to put a little brown in here and see what that looks like. So I'm going to use the word storm, scary, gloomy, loud, and how about rain? This could be our rain cloud. Now we've got a couple more lightning bolts to fill in. Let's do the word crash. Have you thought of any good words that describe storms for you? Oops, I wrote crash. Crash. And let's do loud for this one. Thunder from that lightning is very loud. So what did you decide? Do you like it like this? Do you like it outlined? How are you making yours? Go ahead, we'll fill in those raindrops. I'm going to use the word wet. And I'm going to go up and down this way. I'm going to do drop. Wet. Let's see. I'd like to use the word puddle. We should have used that earlier, but there's not a lot of space in here. Let's see what we can do. P-U-D-D-L-E. There we go. That's not too bad. Another one with the word drop. I'm going to try writing it on an angle and see how that looks. You can give that a try if you want. All right. How's yours looking? All right. Here's how mine turned out. How did yours turn out? I love how from a distance it looks like this beautiful colored in picture, but then when you get closer, it's actually words. I think your family's going to really enjoy looking at your masterpiece as well. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a good time and you were very creative, and I would love to see what yours look like. So if you'd like to send that to me at youth@newlenoxlibrary.org, that would be great. Or you can even post it in the comment section of the Facebook post from this video. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you soon at the library.